Hello, everybody. Today we are going to study the genetic code. Okay, the first thing that we must know of the genetic code is it was discovered by Severo Ochoa, which was Spanish, and he won a Nobel Prize, one of the two that we have. So that is a big thing, so we have to be proud of it, and we have to be proud that our school is right in this street, no? Severo Ochoa. And what is a code? A code is going to give you the clue to translate something, no? The clue, for example, for a language. So this genetic code is going to explain how we are going to relate the nucleotides of our messenger RNA with the amino acids that are going to produce the protein that we want. Okay, so it's very, very important for translation. Okay, go to page 155 from your book and watch the square, it's like a diagram that says, where you could see all the amino acids, and in pink, blue, and purple you see the nitrogenous bases. Okay, we are going to study with that table, and we are going to give one example. Anyway, we are going to do it again through Zoom, so don't worry, but at least I want to be recorded one example of it. So for example, you have this codon, no? Which is AUG, auge, okay, methionine, no? We know that, this translation. So the first thing that you have to do is to go to this part of the table, and you see that there is a first base or nucleotide. Good. So you have to look for this first base, which was adenine, right? So where is adenine? Adenine is right here. So we have already the first position of our amino acid. Okay? Then we have U. U is the second base. Second base, if you see, you have to look for it here. So you look for the second base and here. So we have this position and this position. So we have to look all these possible amino acids. Good? But the third base is G. And we have to look for the third base here. So now we have this one and this one. We knew that our amino acid had to be here. And now we have the third position, that is G. If we connect the three positions, we are going to know that methionine is the amino acid that this codon is going to codify. I hope that you were able to see it. If not, you ask me in during the class in Zoom, and I will solve it, okay? Okay, this genetic code has some important characteristics, and we must know some of them. There are more, but now, so far, we are going to study these. The first thing is that we have more codons than amino acids. Remember that we have 20 amino acids, but codons, you have more, right? Because you have 3 positions for each codon, like for example this one, no? You have 3 positions, but you have 4 possible bases. You have adenine, uracil, cytosine, and guanine. So if you do it through probabilities, through statistics, so you have 64 possible combinations for these codons. So you have 64 possible codons, but you only have 20 amino acids. What does that mean? Several codons are going to codify one amino acid. Okay? You are going to have 3 or different codons that are going to give you one amino acid. For example, check in your book, alanina. There are different codons that are going to produce the amino acid alanine, okay? GCU, GCC, GCA, all of those, the RNA transfer associated, they are going to carry the alanine amino acid, okay? Hopefully, yes. So that is the first characteristic and a very important one. Then we are after that we are going to have some codons that they are not going to codify any amino acid. If you remember, in translation we call them stop codons. Okay, so no amino acid is going to be codified by these codons. So the translation process is going to stop here because there is no amino acid. So our protein is finished. Then you have that this codon AUG, the example that I put here, is going to codify one amino acid. So this characteristic is not applying here. This codon is going to codify just one amino acid, which is methionine. And if you remember when we studied translation, to start translation process, you need to find this first codon. Okay? And the last characteristic that we are going to study is that the genetic code is universal. What does that mean? That the same codons are going to codify the same amino acid in every species. In almost all the species of the living things. I'm not talking just animals, I'm talking about fungi, or I'm talking about bacteria, I don't care. There are slightly differences of these, but mostly the codons that are going to codify alanine, they are going to be basically the same, which is something that it must amaze us, no? How could be so similar something with an organism that is so different from us? Well, you can think that this can let us think that we have a common ancestor, for example. That is one evolution theory that we will study in the next unit. So you can think that, no? And that could be a reason. So basically this is the genetic code and what I wanted to see today. Now I'm going to tell you to do an exercise, and then we will do a Zoom to solve any question that you have. Okay? Thank you so much.